Welcome, Groovers. Welcome to 60 Seconds in the Groove. And today we have a question from an anonymous viewer, and it reads, I would like to have a threesome with my boyfriend. However, I want it to be with another man. Shit. How do I go about asking him?
I mean, that's a very interesting question. See, now what I think you need to do, young woman, is you got to get your boyfriend out the mindset that having another guy is considered a threesome. That's what you got to do. Then once you get him out the mindset that it's a threesome, I mean, it's a train, it's considered a train, then you can consider a threesome, and then, you know, he should be okay with that. I think my suggestion to you is to simply give him the option of today you give a man, and the next time he brings a woman. You know, both of you win.
Bruh, please don't put yourself in the groove right now. Young lady, just do yourself a favor. Don't even ask your boyfriend about bringing another man in. We're very prideful, okay? And you know what? If you ask that question 9 out of 10 times, you're probably going to be single. I'm sorry. No man wants to see another man just dragging his lady. So no, this is not going to happen. Do us all a favor. Don't put yourself in the groove, and just don't even ask him that question, and you would thank us later. Peace, love, and greatness.
But wait. Think about this. What if the man doesn't actually drag her? What if he kind of sucks and you come in and steal the deal?
Bruh, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
But listen again. Once you get outside the mindset, it's a train, and I'm not saying this for every guy. And
Right.
But in her case, once she gets him out the mindset that this is a train, it's a threesome. It's 3 people involved. So what if she doesn't want to deal with a woman? You know, they should both
I'm sorry,
experience
and
what
you
they
may,
want.
hey, listen, but you may not believe in double standards, but there is a such thing as double standards when it comes to this.
Nah,
I know it's a threesome and it's a train. Now, so this is what you can do. Can we convince her? Can we convince her that it's just that 2 women and a man is a train? No. Probably not, right? No. It's exactly my point. Exactly. So it's not going to happen, fellas.
Well,
but if you can, groove. But I highly doubt it's going to happen.
Groove. All right, I'm here to tell you about Last Two Standing. Now, Last Two Standing is an ultimate game of revealing truth. Now, it pretty much allows men and women to talk about stuff they don't usually talk about. I like to say it makes dating seem so much easier. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull out one of the questions for today. And today's question is, how would you break up with someone in 10 words or less? How would you break up with someone in 10 words or less? If I had to say it, I would just say bye. That brings us to our next topic, breakups. Let's get into it.
Wow, the breakup. Well, bro, I appreciate the game, first and foremost. Obviously, you know, when I play, I'm usually one of the last 2 standing, but you know, that's gonna happen by default.
That cockiness is probably why you're on the receiving end of the breakup.
Oh, cut the malarkey, bro. It's not cockiness, bro. I like to call it confident. But like I said, the breakup, brothers, that's a great topic because I feel like that's something we all can relate to.
Some people.
It's something it's something we've all been through before, I'm sure. But you know, I feel like it's a great topic to actually, you know, discuss. So
well, in that case, brothers, I think we should salute to our past.
To the past.
I'm always good for this one, brother.
So, the breakup, huh?
Absolutely. So, I had one of my close friends.
That's it for my brother.
Appreciate that, brother. One of my close friends. Actually, he's going through a breakup right now, but you know, it seems like, you know, they broke up because of like a lot of small things. Like, what do y'all feel like are some of the main reasons that people actually like break up?
I mean, options. Like, if you have options, it's easier for people to say, you know what, I'm done with this because they know what's out there. You know, because if you believe you have options, you're less likely to say, I want to hold on to something. You know, people, like for example, people who hate their jobs, you know why they stay in it? Because they have nothing else.
Right.
You know, but when you talk about breakup, men and women look at it differently. For men, it's an instant thing. Women, when they break up,
They've been planning.
they've done it months prior. So it's like, if once a woman break up, it's like, oh, I already, I've already had in my mind this is over. So for us men, it's just like something that happens in a moment, and even at that time, we don't really mean it,
So it's kind of like when a woman's fed up.
Yeah, and when a woman's
But women are always fed up if you really want to talk about the truth. I mean, the thing is, that most of the time, if a woman's gonna leave, it's gonna be because there's money involved or he cheated. Let's be honest.
No, women leave for even worse. Look at this. Women will leave just because they're bored. For a man, it's hard to keep their interest. You know what I'm saying? So
that's simple. Women are simple. I think because
What?
women
What?
are simple.
Bruh,
There's not
women are simple.
Oh wait, why are we doing that? So you're saying every breakup is because the woman decides to leave?
No, we're not
no,
saying
we're
every
not
breakup.
saying that.
Here's what I think, though, fellas. I think that it's a difference between a long-term breakup and a short-term breakup. Say, for instance, if you only been in a relationship for a couple of months and you break up. I think that's where the whole options come into play. I think that's a lot of time when cheating comes into play, when it comes to like a short-term relationship. Long-term, I think it's more things such as a lack of sex now, or something like maybe money, communication. I think it's things more of substance when it comes to a long-term relationship, whether in a short-term relationship. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. And like if I go back to my personal life, I mean, I was telling you before, I've been with women and we've broken up, but I can't say that, I don't know how we broke up to this day.
Well, let me help you out with that.
Yeah.
Let me say this because this is what I hear. According to the Date Report, thedatereport.com, cheerful stat. So don't feel bad, guys. 85% of relationships end in breakups. That is a huge number. And let's read the first part.
But they probably also monitoring, surveying like 100 couples. Also.
He said it says 85%
85%
end in breakups.
So they probably surveyed 85% of people who broke up. So, but the thing is, like, a lot of people, breakups happen all the time. And in reality, there's no sense of what is the key reason to people break up. I think it could be various reasons, from, like you said, sex, finance, or just I'm tired, I'm bored. But a lot of times I believe that as we grow older, situations change for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
The things that you wanted in someone,
I agree,
probably changed. So I remember someone telling me there's a certain age you should be married. And
No.
I actually do believe there is a certain point in our lives we should be married.
Okay, let me ask you this: give us from your personal perspective, give us a age.
Personal, Honorable Elijah Muhammad tells us that you date a woman half your age plus 7. So if you feel like, let's say, at any time you find a woman within that range, you should be okay. I think outside of that, I think that you should, for a man, about 30 to 33, somewhere in that range.
Okay. See, and I'm going to have to completely disagree on that, my good brother. And I think society has taught us to sow your oats, right? And you shouldn't get married until you're this age. So pretty much, this is what we're telling our other half. Right. I want to do all these great things, right, without you, and then give you what's left.
Well, let me say this: your royal oats thing, that's for people who actually have the ability to do that. A lot of guys, especially, they don't come from that type of the background to even know. You got to think about the dating aspect of this all, because a lot of guys don't even know they have options until they realize that they have options. So my thing is, I'm a fizzler. I like for relationships to continue on, or fizzle and burn out. I don't have a proper way to. I don't even think I've properly
fizzle and burn out.
Yeah, I say that because I'm in here, and if I love you and I care about you, maybe we're not on the same page. Maybe we're not working things out. But I'd rather us grow apart rather than me severing it.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I was saying before. Like, I've had breakups, but I don't know how they ended, why they ended. I just know that it just came to a point where we went our separate ways, but we kept in communication. Now, you know how some people could say, we broke up because of this, or we broke up.
I never had that.
You know, I've never had that. It's like, it's just, I don't know. I'm still thinking, how did me and my ex break up?
I don't get that though. Like, how do you just, so you're in a relationship and you're just not in a relationship? Because I feel like I have to give this woman some type of closure. Right, so if it's gonna go the way like you said it went with your past relationships, where's the closure? Like you guys just.
But in our case, there's no need for closure.
There's still energy involved. To me.
You know,
closure as far as we're not in a relationship anymore. You guys can still be friends, but like, so how do you come to that mindset to say we're not in a relationship anymore if you don't have any closure? Like that's kind of like I'm on a job. And now I don't have my job anymore. What the hell happened? you got fired.
On the job, you got the picture.
Actually, it's opposite. Let me get it. So it's opposite of that. It's like being in a job and you put your 2 weeks notice in. It's gradually happened. You do all that you need.
But see, that's closure though. I'm putting my 2 weeks. Yeah,
2 weeks notice mean I can come back at any time. I feel.
But
good.
it means
You feel me? And I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Let me ask you this:
know?
as far as the breakup, who do you think feels the most pain out of the breakup, the man or the woman?
It depends on who's doing the breaking.
No, I think from either one, man or woman, it doesn't matter. In the beginning, it's always going to be the woman. So let's say the first day, the woman, because she's realizing what she's put into it. The guy is realizing what he's about to get.
Yeah.
So then, as the time goes on, so let's say 3 months later, the man feels it the worst because he realized what he
gave up.
He gave up he realized what he gave up, and that woman realized what what she has to give. So I think it depends on what point in the breakup you're talking about. A week later, the woman feels it the hardest. But for going down in the line of months to years, we men feel it the worst. And I always tell people straight up, men are far more emotional than women. We just very selective to who we get to see it. So what that means,
tell us more about that.
Yeah,
brother.
so what it means is that men are more. When I say men are more emotional than women, is that we take in things harder. We take in things more than women. Women, just because they able to.
Oh, wait. So you mean tell me not only light-skinned men act light-skinned?
Yeah.
All men act light-skinned.
The difference between light-skinned and dark-skinned men, light-skinned women, light-skinned men, they express it to anybody.
That's true. They're gonna keep it boxed in a little bit more.
Right.
I think, and that's what I do want to say, ladies. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, when a man goes through a breakup, we actually go through it. Now, like my good brother just stated, we may not put it out there to everyone, but we actually go through it as well. Like, just to keep it 100.
Yeah, man.
But you ever think about, like, does the breakup really is the breakup a product of a wrong choice in the beginning?
It could be.
Sometimes.
I think that's the main reason.
Imagine this. What if you broke up with someone just because you met them at the wrong time? You know, because of
I don't believe in that wrong. This is the only time I believe in this whole wrong timing thing. If you are taking the time to work on yourself, right, and you like, listen, right now, I actually just went through a breakup, right? I just need some time to work on myself. That's the only time. That's the only time I believe in this whole wrong timing. I think that's an excuse.
Well, now, do you not believe that self-love and self-empowerment all goes into being able to even love someone else? So if that person doesn't even have self-love,
they're working on themselves.
They're working on themselves, so there is an excuse at that point then.
No, you're actually proving my point. I said the only time that I believe is
but
wrong
timing. They could go for anything. I don't have the job that I want. I don't know how to get rid of my past.
If you don't have the job that you want and you meet a good queen that's willing to help you get there, you're gonna be like, nah, this is bad timing. That's why I said I don't believe in that whole this is not a good time unless you are taking the time out to work on yourself.
That's exactly what the wrong time, right? What we're referring to when you talk about wrong time, because you can be at a point in your life where you're like, let's say for example, I just got another relationship, right? Or then you just meet someone. That person could be the best thing ever
to happen to you.
Everything.
So you mean to say
you're using that? So you're working on. You just got a relationship, so you got to work on. It's like you have to repair yourself, right?
But for the best thing to ever happen to you, you don't think that you'll be able to find it in yourself to make that work, though? You got the best thing that ever happened to you.
All right, so then if that's the
Well,
case,
let me say this. Let's be cut and dry. We have bullshit excuses why we don't commit.
all the time, and it's just natural because we in our mind, in the man's mind, the woman that we want is perfect. You know, so we want that woman who's in our mind. So until we find who she is, we'll continue to make excuses. We'll keep explanations and to why we're not ready. Because again, that person in our mind that we've made up, I think women go through the same thing, but I think women are more so like, I'm okay with potential.
It takes me to another point. So, the good guy, the wholesome guy.
Bro, stop. You're bringing me up, but go ahead.
More like me. But what I'm saying is, the good guy, the wholesome guy, does he have an excuse to why this thing's not going to work? Or is this woman that he chooses to be with, who doesn't mind or doesn't want to go out and play field with 100 other women and go fishing every day, he got his fish. That guy, the good guy, the wholesome guy, y'all probably not. Y'all don't know that guy. Y'all probably, you know what I'm
Sound like
saying?
you're describing myself. Keep going.
But I'm saying, that guy, you mean to tell me that he has an idea of a perfect woman in his head as well?
Yeah.
Or does
I think
he?
everyone does.
No,
every
because you know
guy.
what? You take that guy and you give him a decent woman, he's gonna do the right thing. And when I say a decent woman, I mean an upstanding woman, just not anything. But
Yeah, but
you
he's-
take a-
he-
But listen,
But-
he's gonna if he's a good guy, I believe in energy. That's who
He's gonna
attract that.
Right.
So it's gonna happen by default. It's gonna happen by default. So let me ask you. Do you fellas feel that you should continue to speak with your or communicate with your ex after the breakup? And how do you feel if you start talking to someone and she's still communicating with their ex?
See, I don't believe you should like control anyone to who they can talk to, what they can't do. But if you want to talk about it from a standpoint of what's right versus what's wrong, I think there is nothing wrong with speaking to someone you have ex. Because again, when you start a relationship, the foundation of it is a friendship. So you have a foundation of a friendship, then you have a relationship. So once that relationship part is gone,
Does that really happen, Kenny?
you still have a friend.
Nah, wait.
Does that really happen? Whole friendship first, then a relationship? Like,
Yeah.
Does that really happen a lot? I think we try
Because
Man,
if
it
you're
sounds
not
good.
rushing things and you have a woman who's ready for the real thing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, of course it happens. Because there's a lag and there's a time period that has to transpire where actual love happens. Me, the beginning stages, I'm letting people in on a little secret here. I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be that guy that's gonna sweep you off your feet. Because I need that.
Are you willing to
Wait.
answer the question?
I need that. Because if I don't pursue you in that manner, after it burns out and I don't have that feeling anymore, I need to understand that I pursued you, I wanted you, this is who I want. So I have to make sparks fly. I have to be the gentleman. The thing that happens there, even if it's in friendship, being a good guy and being a gentleman is the wrong thing to do these days because I tell you,
They're not so you're saying these women, they're not ready to be in love?
they're not
Most
used.
guy?
They're not used to a man, being a gentleman, treating a woman like she's supposed to be treated, treating a woman like she deserves to be treated. I don't think they're used to that, and I don't think they're used to that because guys these days they get what they want so easily, and you know what it is that they want,
Right.
and we can all.
Man, we don't get it
fabricate.
easy. Don't make it seem like that. I mean,
I'm not saying all women are easy, but and that's so. Let me rephrase that. Today's time, how things are, especially how dating is so frustrating. Social media, everybody's here, everybody's there. He knows her, she knows him. This thing is chaos. It's really chaos. People are tired of dating. So the thing is, either we're gonna make this happen or we're not. And women are tired of playing and guys are tired of playing. So my game plan is I have to see if that spark is there. If that spark isn't there, I'm not going into it and investing my time to lead up in 85% the breakup. I'm
and so
not
he
doing
says
it.
all that to tell you that. That's why when his breakups end, that's how it fizzles out because he's established all of that.
Yes, I've established.
So, but here's my if you establish all of that, like, so what do you feel like? And I'm not trying to nag at you personally, but what do you feel are some things that are going to cause the breakup? Perfect picture. You courted away like you said you do, like a wholesome young man, right? You did all that. Now you guys are in a relationship, right?
Right.
So you just fizzle out like something. What happens for the breakup? Like something has to happen. If you say you're doing everything right in the beginning, so what is something that can happen as far as the breakup?
Well, it depends on the person. A person like me,
Give a generic.
Generic. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
It could be. No, I'm not gonna put myself in the group. But it could be a person that gets bored easily.
Okay.
Could be a person that has different goals and ideas, and you.
You mean the woman? The woman will get bored easily. Now, if you're courting correctly, don't you?
No, I'm saying that the male will get bored easily.
But okay, same thing. If the male is courting her correctly, isn't it something he probably should pick up on before he even gets in a relationship with her?
If I'm courting her, I mean, if I'm getting bored, maybe it still is my fault because I'm not courting her. Thank you for letting me know that.
No
because,
problem.
Because I was thinking like, you know what I'm saying, I'm bored. I don't even want to court. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. It's mundane now.
You do put courting before the relationship, right? Like
no, I put dating. I date you, friendship, dating, then I court. Because when I'm courting, I'm hoping to hopefully be married, go into marriage. That's
so. I don't know about that. I just know that you go from dating. I know a man
dating
and a woman.
relationship.
I know. You know what? I tell people sometimes I won't know the difference between being married and being in a relationship. Just dating. It should be all one. I have one love fit all, man. So for me, I don't know. There's a thing I won't do for someone I'm dating to something versus I won't do for them.
I'll tell you one thing. Dating to me is not exclusive. All right, I can be dating more than one chick, but when I start to court you, I'm not talking to these other chicks. I'm focused on you now. You can meet my parents, you can meet my homeboys, you can meet the brothers or whatever.
So the key aspect is the key aspect to that is when you're dating, is there a breakup in the dating stage?
No, because you're not in a relationship to even break up.
How do you stop talking to somebody if you're dating and having a good time?
See, that's the thing. Dating. Okay, so I look at it like this: we're talking. Dating, you're going on dates. Right? To see if I even want to court her. We might go on a few dates, and I feel like, you know what, you're just not the one. I'm not even going to take it to the next level.
So what is hanging out and talking?
It's just that
talking. So it's synonymous. So dating and talking and
no. When we think of the whole hanging out, that's just like talking to me, right? We're just hanging out. When we dating, okay, I expressed some type of interest in you. Now we go on a few dates to see which young lady. That's why I said it's not exclusive, right? Which young lady I want to take to the next level, because I'm not going to be courting more than one woman, right? I'm going to court one woman after in the courting stage.
Date several, court one.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way you can look at it. Date several, court one.
Okay, I got it.
So
a lot of that is very complicated. I just say, listen, I'm with you. If I'm not, I'm not. That's just it.
That's the group.
And it just goes in from here to here to there, and then one day I'll end up being married.
So a lot of women, they've been through a lot of breakups, a lot of bad relationships, right? Say for instance, you meet a woman, right? She's, she went through a horrible breakup, whatever. That was like 2 months ago, right? That wall is still up. What do you do, or what are some things that you can do to actually break down that wall?
First, it depends on your intentions. Because if your intentions aren't in the right place, I mean, it doesn't matter at that point. But if you truly care about this woman and you're seeing that she could be someone that you have genuine interest in, someone that you could make your significant other, you have to play whatever game it is to get through those walls. I don't care if it's a rope. I don't care if it's a chisel to climb the mountain. I don't care if it's a parachute to jump out of the sky. You have to do whatever it takes to get over that wall. And a lot of guys don't put forth the effort to get over that wall. And it takes patience. It takes patience.
And so that's where it gets confusing, because if you want to give that, like he said, you got to break down the wall in any way, fashion. Could you do that in dating? Or this is only
right. That's a great question.
And this is why I say you just got to be with someone, But
so it's a choice.
Yeah, exactly. To answer that question, though, I would say you just got to give them time. I think
time heals the wound.
Exactly. You just give them. You just continue to do what you're doing on your end, and then see how it works out on their end, you know, because
Player.
because really and truly you can't force it, you know what I'm saying? If she has her walls up, you just give her time, continue to hang out, call her, text her, send her some flowers or whatever you want to do, bring her out, whatever the case may be, and then eventually it may happen, it may not. But
I think you have to be genuine. I think the communication definitely has to be there, but most importantly, you have to make her feel good and make her feel comfortable, because you know her going into the relationship, she's gonna be like, you know, it's starting off good. I've seen this movie before. I know how it ends, right? So you have to make her genuinely feel comfortable with you, because the wall, of course, is like this. I think the more comfortable she gets with you, the more the wall actually, the more all actually.
So, but the women, please get this in your head. Once you let that wall down, that predator that's coming through, you don't know what you're gonna end up with. I'm serious, because women like to be haunted. They want to be chased. They thrill off that, and we thrill off chasing.
Yeah, exactly.
So once we climb that wall, once we burn the wall down, blow it up, whatever it is that we're gonna do, once we get across that threshold, what are our real and our true intentions? So, and it's only one or two things that can happen. Well, maybe three. It could be a best friend forever. It can end in a breakup, or you go for the long haul and you get married. So,
yeah, it makes sense.
Keep that in your minds when you let this wall down. You can't be all happy if you get what you want and all sad if you don't. I think most people should relate and find joy in the experience and really choose to decide their attitudes about how it ends, because it can end in one of three ways.
I also think it's good when the man takes the initiative to really pour into the woman and ask her, listen, have you took the appropriate amount of time to actually work on yourself? Because what I see in a lot of people feel like they have to be in a relationship. You ever have someone say, well, why are you single? Like, because he's just not in a relationship, or because she's just not in a relationship. You don't always have to be in a relationship. Take that time out and actually work on yourself. Become the best person that you possibly can be, and I think you actually attract that person.
And I'll close it out by saying this: like, I think when you come to a breakup, when you consider a breakup, like let it be your last option, you know, because there are reasons, there are things you're not looking into that person. You have to learn to love someone's flaws before you love, you know, everything about them. And I think once we start to do that, not to say it was going to lessen the breakups that's coming out, but it would definitely give us a new outlook on the person we are dating. Because there's like I said, options are the number one reasons. But once you realize what you have, instead of just, once you realize what you have in front of you and start really digging into that person, you realize the option does not outweigh the person that's in front of you.
Absolutely. So it's kind of like when it's all said and done, like don't look for the man that's going to complete you. Look for the man that accepts you completely. Like my good brother just said, you know, we all have flaws, and once you do learn to love someone's flaws, I think that's when you can truly love someone. You don't really even have to worry about the breakup. Because I tell you, with me, bro, I ain't doing no more breakups, bro. Hey, listen, bro, I'm done with the whole breakups. It's tough. I'm sure we all been through that one breakup, and I know she's popping in your head right now. You're like, whew, that hurt.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
We all have it. And the worst thing you can do is be on her social media. Because once you find out she's starting to have fun, because like you said earlier, to close everything out, men, we more so get hurt on the back end, right? The woman gets hurt on the front end. So it's been 2 months now. She's over you. She's good. She's hanging out with her homegirls. She's taking pictures with other dudes. And you stalking that Facebook page, where you're going to be even more stalking.
She's stalking you too.
No, she was stalking you at the very beginning.
Yeah, bro. I think she still got feelings. So my closing remark is a quote. It says, how strange is it that after all that, we're strangers again? After all that, how strange is it that we're strangers again?
That's dope. That's real.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really bond and connect with somebody, it's kind of hard to really just take them completely out of your lives unless that person truly cause you insurmountable hurt and pain. And that's a different topic, different story for another day.
Absolutely. And until last time, we do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Peace, love, and greatness. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and just actually share the video. at The Groove 247 on IG, at The Groove 247 on YouTube as well. Like I said, we do appreciate you all. My good man Kenny, we appreciate you bringing the game through. My good man Ray, brother, we appreciate everything done.
Ray Light.
Peace, love, and greatness. The Groove.